Hey guys, Ben here with Ben Ventures. Thanks for tuning in to another video. As you can see, I'm packed up for a good 3-day camping adventure. So I'm in the Garibaldi Park, Provincial Park, and I'm going to be spending 2 nights at Elfin Lakes, surrounded by 360 degrees of beauty and mountains. It's going to be absolutely killer. Hopefully you enjoy this video, guys, and if you do, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into it. Alright, so for this adventure, I'm off with the man that taught me everything I know about hiking and camping and got me into enjoying nature. Dad, you want to say hello?
Hey, hello there. Yes, I'm happy to be visiting with you. My son is an avid outdoorsman, and I'm happy that we have built that into him. God's good green earth.
Yeah.
And we have a incredible day to be doing this, so we'll definitely get a picture of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to keep trucking along onto the trail here, and I'll show you guys how beautiful it actually is when we get to the top. So there's a first stop, which is about 45 minutes hike from the start of the trail, and it's called the Red Heather Shelter. And you can stop there, eat some food, drink some water, and then you keep trucking along till you hit the top peak of the trail. And I'll put the details about the trail in the description for you guys to check out. It's quite an easy hike. It's not very difficult. We are trucking along. These bags definitely weigh a little bit. I probably imagine they weigh about 50 pounds, 55 pounds with all my camera gear and everything else. But your shoulders kind of get used to it after a while, after you've been hiking. So it's just, if you're a hiker, you know what it's like to take them off, take the bags off, because you feel like you're floating. But yeah, so far, trail's good. Not sure if there's going to be any snow along the trail path, but given that we just walked by a waterfall that had no water, I think it's going to be quite dry. So, there's a little chipmunk there. Hey there, little buddy. Yeah, they're not really scared of people. So, along the way, what used to happen is people would feed these birds called whiskey jacks, and you just put some nuts in your hand, and the whiskey jacks would land on your hand and then eat out of your hand. But they've really stopped that, I think, over the last few years. It's not good for the birds, right? So, but yeah, I think we're about maybe 2 kilometers away from the first shelter, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. All right, so we made it to the first shelter, or Red Heather, and I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. Right. Show you guys a broader view here. It's a first shelter. Got a little stove, sink. That's a pretty big size. All right, so we've got some food in our bellies, drank a lot of water, and we're back on the trail. So we're heading up the first part, which is upslope for about 45 minutes or so, and then you hit a ridge, and then it flattens out for a while until you get to Elfin Lakes. But yeah, so far the temperature is pretty okay. It's probably around 25, 30 degrees Celsius, and I'll give that to you guys in Fahrenheit. And I mean, look how picturesque this is. So, gonna keep going, get to that ridge. All right, well, made it up to the top here, to the ridge, and you can see Diamond Head, the mountain in behind me. It's such a beautiful view, and it's like that at the camp spot. It's 360 degrees of this, and it's amazing. But we're gonna keep trucking along and hit the trail. So let's get into it. Alright, so we're making our way along. Look how scenic that is. Oh, amazing. But I'll show you where we're actually walking to. We're actually going way down there. Right there. That's the shelter. That's for the ranger station, the park rangers. And that's the trail that we're going to be going along all the way. So a few more kilometers to go, but we are en route. It's hot though. You know, carrying all my camera gear and everything, it kind of weighs you down. When I was here last year, there was a lot more snowy patches, so it was slow going, just dredging through the snow. But this time, there's zero snow. That's how hot it's been and how dry it's been. So my dad is outpacing me for sure. He's well in front of me, and he's 73 years old. He's a tank, you know. I really look up to him. And like I said, he's the one that got me into all this nature stuff and outdoor adventuring and camping and hiking. And yeah, really proud to be hiking with him today. And I really look up to him, so it's cool. He's way past me, by the way. He's way down there. All right, well, we finally made it to Elfin Lakes. As you can see, there's 2 lakes there. So the furthest lake is actually for drinking, for all the campers and the people staying in the shelter. And then the lake closest to us is for swimming. And I can already see tons of people swimming around because it's a hot day. So yeah, we're about 3 minutes away from the camp spot, and then we're gonna get some lunch sorted because we're all super hungry. So we are at the camp spot now, and these spots are just epic. Let me check it out. So nice. And I'm going to show you guys what the inside of that shelter looks like. There's actually 2, one for the campers and one for people staying inside the shelter with the bunk beds. So let's go have a look at that. Bunch of tables you can play card games on. There's a stove over there and a stove over here. And basically what you do is you just grab a pot, head over to the lake, and fill it up, boil some water, and you do your dishes in here. Alright, let's go check up upstairs and see what that looks like. Oh, sorry. Bunch of bunk beds here. This kitchen down there. Honestly, I thought there'd be more people in the camping area, but apparently not, I guess. Or sorry, more people in the shelter area, but it's completely empty. Just one couple look to be in there, so I guess the majority of people want to like camp at the campsites anyway. But let's go check out the second shelter. It's got a sink and some more tables for cooking all your food, and not too shabby of a view. Nice. Ooh, it's good to be out of the sun. Ooh, my hair's a little crazy. So I'm gonna cook up some lunch, which on this menu is gonna be chili and beans. And I definitely got a little burnt as well. But I am hungry, so I'm gonna boil up some water and get some food sorted. It's hot, so it's time to take a nice dip in the lake, because it's gotta be probably around 30 degrees by now, I think. So we're just walking over there, and we're gonna jump in and recharge our batteries. You know, it helps with all the stiff muscles and all the soreness. So I'll see you guys when we get to the lake. That was such a refreshing swim, and the water actually wasn't even that cold. It was pretty good. Definitely not cold, but we're on a mission to go find some ice because we brought up some beers and we want to have a cold beer. So well, we could have put it in the lake, but it's just nicer to have ice. So there's a little bit of an ice patch up there that we're going to go try and find, and bring a couple of bags of snow back down. It's kind of a ways though, but it'll be worth it. We got our bags of ice here. And we're off to go cool off some nice cold IPAs, because why not? But yeah, we were surprised we found a spot so close by, because all of the snow was melted. This time last year there was tons more snow and there's ice in the lake, but yeah, nope, seems like it's all melted. So
what's there to hold in the light of this moon? My mind keeps searching, but my heart decides. Thoughts can be cruel, they're not mine to own. The space unravels when you let go. What's yours, it ain't mine. That energy goes today. The feather in the fire will blow it home your way. Moon mother, open your arms. Moon mother, this magic's just begun.
all right, well, I am burnt and exhausted, and the sun is starting to come down, and it's going to be close for me to go to bed tonight. What a day. I'm so tired. But look at this last view here. So I'm going to head to my tent in the next half an hour or so,
and just rest my bones because they are sore. And oh, I got really high hair here. And then tomorrow morning, the plan is to go for a day hike towards Opal Cone. I did this last year. It's about, well, it's a bunch of whole kilometers away. And it should be a lot of fun. Oh, good morning. Look at the view I'm waking up to this morning. Well, I slept relatively okay. I'm off to get some water. I'm thirsty. It was kind of hot really early this morning, so I'm gonna brush my teeth, grab some coffee, and start enjoying the day. Alright, so we are starting our hike. We're gonna head over to what's called Opal Cone. I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way, but the trail is relatively clear along the way there. So we're gonna cross a huge fast-flowing creek along the way, and we were talking to the forest ranger. It's about a 3-hour hike to get there. I did it last year, but I'm still not sure if I made it all the way to Opal Cone. So we're gonna try and get it done. If not, we'll just get as far as we can and enjoy the scenery along the way. Alright, well, looks like I'm continuing on solo. My friend Gary kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit. He's okay, no issues. Just doesn't want to push it any further because we got to return back home tomorrow. So he's on the way back to the campsite. It's about 1.5 kilometers or so back to the spot, so not a problem. Temperature today is about 23 degrees or so. And it's about 10 a.m, so I foresee it getting up to 30 degrees, I think. But this trail is an easy one. It's relatively flat. When you get past the creek, there is an upslope, but not too much. It's not too steep. So there's so many different places you can go from that center point of Elfin Lakes. There's something called Rampart Ponds. So that's about 3 or 4 hours out. Mamquam Lake is another one. And yeah, you're surrounded by all these amazing places like Black Tusk, Diamond Head. I'm not sure if there's a trail at Diamond Head or not, but it's just a massive park. And I'm just going on one trail that's a pinhead of the size of this park. So what a day. It's a great spot, guys. You should come check it out if you're in the British Columbia area. Well, this is the first bit of snow patch that I've seen pretty much the entire trip that I've had to cross over, but it looks relatively okay. Bit of a drop off, but the snow looks like it's quite soft, so just got to be careful when crossing this stuff here. There we go. Kick your heels in, dig your heels into the snow. It's a bit of a slide down. But not too bad.
Definitely cooler when you're walking over the snow, that's for sure. So we've made it to the river, and this is where I hiked up last time, all the way up to Opal Cone. So I'll just show you guys what it looks like. So that's the river down there. As you can see, it winds up all the way to there, which is the Opal Cone. And then in behind there is Mamquam Lake and Rampart Ponds and a variety of other places that you can visit along the way.
Hayward, this is Old Hayward Group. We have intercepted Gary.
Perfect. How's his foot?
He looks like he's doing pretty good on that ankle.
Copy that. Well, I made it to the creek. And it's actually not as fast flowing as it usually is, but there's a little bridge that crosses over. It's quite a narrow bridge. So let's cross over and see what it looks like. That is quite the spot. Look at that view. Well, I think I'm happy just stopping here. I don't think I'll go to Opal Cone today. I mean, I'm kind of one partner down, and if I turn an ankle out here by myself with nobody around, it's a bit problematic. So I'll probably just have a bit of a nibble, something to eat, drink some water, and then head back to camp and then go for another swim. So I think I'm about maybe 5-6 kilometers out from the camp. So not too far. But on one of my future videos, I'm definitely going to go all the way to Opal Cone and Mamquam, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Mamquam Lake, and show you guys what that looks like, because apparently it's beautiful. So yeah, let's get back to camp. Well, I'm back to the campsite, and man, I got overheated there on the trek back. So it got a little nauseous, and my heart rate was at like 185 or something like that. So it's time for me to cool off and take a little dip in the lake. And yeah, it should be pretty refreshing. I'm kind of sore from that little one. It wasn't a far hike, but you know, there's some kind of up and downs. Here we go. What a amazing day. So much fun. But it's my last night here, and we're heading out in the morning back to reality. And it's heaven up here. It really is, guys. You need to come visit. It's amazing. And I'll put the links of all the different trails in the description, including Opal Cone, Rampart Ponds, and Mamquam Lake. So you guys can check it out for yourself, because you should come up here.
You have to book it and reserve for Elfin Lakes, but what a beautiful place. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow morning.
What's there to hold in the light of this moon? My mind keeps searching, but my heart decides. Thoughts can be cruel, they're not mine to own. The space unravels when you let go. What's yours, it ain't mine. That energy goes today. The feather in the fire will blow it home your way. Moon mother, open your arms.
Good morning. Well, it's a new day and we're heading on out of this amazing spot. But look how foggy it is this morning. But what an awesome adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, and you have a sec, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Bye. Thanks, guys. See you on the next video. Hey, buddy. How you doing?